I've cheated. I know you've cheated. We've all cheated at video games. Let's face it, cheating and video games go hand in hand. It's been around since the dawn of the video games. I remember as a child, I would just whip open a game magazine, flip straight to the back, and look for the most recent codes for my favorite games. Or, hell, maybe I'll go ahead and even log online, cheatcc.com. I remember that one. Game Facts, oh yeah. Maybe even go as far as buying a Game Shark or something. So yeah, we've all cheated. Not a big deal. And it wasn't until multiplayer activities pretty much became a thing in gaming, and then we have crossed a line into hurting other people. Honestly, when there's a victim, then cheating is a big problem. In most games that just strictly single player campaign, there's no victims to be had there. You're not hurting other people. Not a big deal. If you want to cheat, go for it. I mean, you're ripping yourself off of a really, really good experience naturally, but you still have that option to do that, and I'm not going to judge you if you do. But the moment you start cheating or exploiting or cheesing in a video game that impacts other people, you are absolutely terrible. And I know people aren't going to like to hear this because people hate the truth when it's about themselves. And I honestly could scroll down my friends list and see that, oh, this guy's used reckless bugs, this guy's used the double revive, this guy's used rehabilitated, this guy's cheesed the incursion. And honestly, there aren't many of you out there that are innocent in the Division community, and this is absolutely sad. And I know a lot of people like to sit behind the excuse that, well, I only did it to keep it fair. And it doesn't work like that. You can't justify a bad action and hurting the experience for other people simply because other people did that. How old are we? 5? What kind of excuse is that? Don't kid yourself. Cheesing or cheating inside of the Division is no different than somebody actually going as far as downloading an aimbot. You may think that they're two different things, but they aren't. They're identical. Basically, you're giving yourself an unnatural advantage. You are abusing base mechanics for the game, for personal gain. And there's a person on the other side of that. There's an actual human being that you are, in fact, harming with your cheesy, selfish experiences. And that's just not right. I mean, as a person, why would you do something like that to another person? That's just cruel. It's not nice. It goes a step further to put a lot of blame and responsibility on the community. Now, I know Massive has really, really screwed up in terms of loot and balance and a few other things. There's a long list of issues inside of the game, and the community ourselves are doing nothing but just extending the duration until the game's in a working order. For every time they need to handle their own responsibilities, their own personal mistakes and bugs, their own additions to the game, we're adding more of a workload on top of them because we keep continually creating these cheeses and exploits at which they have to clean up our messes. We keep demanding overnight solutions to problems and mistakes, their mistakes, while creating new problems for them to work on. How are we ever going to get where we want to in this game when the community is seriously fighting against them? And that's an absolutely terrible thing. And it goes further to the people that are enabling this behavior. When people are using these broken aspects like the rehabilitated, which they fix, the reckless, which is still broken, will be tuned eventually. When we keep exploiting these things and harming other people, we're creating more problems for the developers to try to wean out. And it goes a lot further when people are encouraging this behavior. Do not share with your friends these tactics and these cheeses, especially the YouTubers, the pillars in the community, the streamers that are encouraging this behavior. They are the worst types of people. That's horrible. You should not support those people. Look at it this way. So say somebody murdered somebody. That's a pretty big fucking deal. That's not a good thing. Mama wouldn't be happy. Well, let's say this person murdered somebody, and then he encourages a whole bunch of other people to murder people too. What kind of a high-end fart cocoon would do something like that? You are literally spreading video game STDs. That's what you're doing. It's negative. You are harming the community. You're disrespecting and harming your fans, the people that support you. And those are the worst types of people. Honestly, you're going to have to judge and put the line where you think it is. If there's no victim, I don't care if you cheat. We've all done it. Bug or not, if you're putting on reckless and abusing that knowingly, you are hurting other people in the process. You are making the fight lopsided in your favor. And yeah, sometimes maybe the other guy's doing the same thing, so it kind of, balances out. But not everybody's going to do that. And you need to kind of judge your morals and set your standards. If you think it's honestly okay to hurt other people for selfish purposes, you may need to take a step back and reevaluate yourself. I'm not talking about gaming in general. I mean, just in general. If you're okay making it unfair for other people, you're hurting their experience, and you're harming them, there's something wrong with you. And I'm just going to put that out there. Cheating in video games is not always victimless. Hopefully I've opened up some of your eyes to understand your behavior. You may just thought, oh hey, I'm building my gear, I'm doing lots of good things, other people are doing it, it's acceptable to do this. No, it's not always going to work that way. So this is how I feel. These are my opinions. I encourage you guys to leave your own down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up. Lots of my content is about comedy, about teaching and education. I don't typically do these kinds of things, but I felt like I had to intervene because the toxicity in the community is just crazy right now.